Microtransactions. You hate them, I hate them, and developers hate them. But publishers love them, so we keep seeing more and more of them. Today, GameRags brings you the dumbest microtransactions of 2016, Part 1. Number 8, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. So Mankind Divided is pretty much a well-balanced game that, as you go through it, gives you pretty much exactly what you need. It's never too hard, it's never too easy, and it's always interesting. But they're like, you know what, let's just make the game super easy with Praxis kits and credits. Like, what used to be accomplished with cheat codes is now essentially just like something you buy. And you know what, they're all single use. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's seriously, like, bizarre. Especially for a game that they clearly developed intentionally to progress on its own. You don't need the microtransactions. And I know that somebody will say, well, that makes it the best kind of microtransaction. Shut up. It's not. It's not the best kind of microtransaction. It's the worst kind of fleecing from a game that you already paid $60 for. Number 7, Enter the Gungeon's microtransaction gun. And let me just go ahead and say how stupid I think this is. Yes, it's making fun of microtransactions, and it's only available as a microtransaction in order to make the point. But do you know what? People still bought it. People still got the microtransaction gun. And do you know where that money went? It didn't just disappear into the cosmos. It went right into the Enter the Gungeon developers' pockets. Doi! Do you think that you're protesting microtransactions when you engage in one? It's like people who didn't want to see the new Ghostbusters bought or rented the old Ghostbusters in protest. Like, the money still goes to Sony, who owns Ghostbusters. That's called controlled opposition. Number 6, Overwatch, which was sold as a $60 full experience that free updates would happen to, a la Splatoon. The whole loot box gambling bullshit thing, it needs to stop anyhow, because it's essentially buying lottery tickets for in-game items, an ongoing multiplayer shooter with a community, and a means of making money off of that community after they've already spent full price on a game. With the loot box system, ooh, it's so great, should not be doing this. Number 5, Miitomo's clothing. Okay, so Miitomo is kind of a little bit pointless as it is. It's a fun little time waster from Nintendo, but weren't they supposed to be the pure gaming company? They can just make games that are games until some unspecified later date where they have to stop doing that? Well, I guess enough money to be solvent for 40 plus years is not enough. We need like $5 single pieces of virtual clothing. No, Nintendo. No, I don't need to dress up in your little half-ass social network, Nintendo. I can upload an avatar to Twitter, and it's about the same thing. And it didn't cost me a damn dime. Number 4, insurance in Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. That's right, insurance. As if it's not a big enough ripoff in real life, you can also make it so that your base isn't totally destroyed after every time you're attacked, which, you know, happens, by buying insurance. Your staff gets killed? Oh, insurance claim. Your materials are erased? Oh, better call up insurance. And you know what? The coins that you buy in the game, assuming that you want to pay for that insurance because you have to buy insurance, because why would you want to lose everything every time you're attacked? I mean, even assume your base is great, it's gonna lose stuff. The coins you buy with your actual, real, cold, hard money expire after 6 months, so you literally have to use them or lose them. Number 3, Total War Warhammer. Okay, get this. In the game, you know, which is a Total War game, there's no blood and gore. Unless, for the low price of $2, you want blood and gore. Okay, so this is not just Total War, it's also the Warhammer version of Total War, which is, by the way, 10 times more oriented towards the type of person who would go, yeah, you know what, blood and gore are fine in a game. Pretty much everybody in the world who would play this game would probably expect that it has blood and gore in it, but they're like, no, what would be normally something we don't even have a discussion about, and it really isn't a big deal in 2016, you have to pay extra for. You have to pay to have certain animations within the system enabled. Not stuff that makes the game any more interesting. It's probably literally just something some jackass in an office goes, you know, censorship is actually an issue. We could probably cash in on that. We could probably make people talk about censorship in the context of our game while they pay us an extra $2 $2? Pay $2 to show how anti-censorship you are. Number 2, Pokemon Go, or rather, Pokemon Go Get Your Wallet. You actually have to spend real money on Pokeballs if you don't live somewhere where there's a bunch of Pokestops, or if you live near too few landmarks, because you can only refresh it by 3 per landmark anyway. Pokemon Go has actually managed to create scarcity in a digital economy. You can't run out of digital items. They aren't real items. They're fake. They're made up. What? But Nintendo's the pure shining example to gaming. That's the main takeaway, right? They're not. And finally, number 1, Battleborn, which is pretty much a dead game that got buried under Overwatch and all the other random competitors. Being the main experience offers a lot that you would get in a free-to-play MOBA game at $60, and there's not even a lot of people playing it at the moment. Adding a premium currency called Platinum that you can only buy with real-life money, and cosmetic skin microtransactions aren't exactly going to be the things that lure players back in. Oh yeah, it was kind of a ripoff before, but now it's even more of a ripoff. I want back. Like, let's bring back Battleborn. Hashtag Battleborn again, which is the new hashtag that I just made up, and you're welcome, Gearbox. But in all seriousness, this is a list of the most infuriatingly stupid microtransactions of the year so far, and we're going to keep doing more of these. What microtransactions are pissing you off in this year's games? Let's hear about that in the comments. I expect this to be one of our most commented videos of all time, because I don't know anybody who goes, yeah, microtransactions are pretty much my favorite part of every game. That's the best part. And if you comment that to be a smartass, I don't care. I know you're lying. If you enjoyed this video, please click like. Let's just completely bombard the like button for this, because I think we need to really start pounding it through companies' heads that this needs to stop. And you know what? This is one of those where we have to go, please share this video to everybody you know that knows about microtransactions. We have to get through to people that this is not something we should accept. If you're not subscribed, now is a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every single day of the week. The best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. As always, we thank you so